Hi, my name's Dave. I've been on the streets 4 years.
4 years?
4 years, yeah. I was married for 18 years.
My gosh.
I've got a 25-year-old daughter, 2 grandsons, 1 on the way. I was an alcoholic for them 18 years. And
18 years?
Yeah, well, a lot longer, but I tried hiding it from my wife for so many years. After the end, she totally had enough because I was bringing trouble to the door. I was robbing drug dealers.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's rough.
I had 2 hitmen after me as well from Birmingham. They caught up with me and they gave me a severe beating.
God, that's not easy.
No, and then I found out a couple of years ago that it was my ex-wife's mum and dad what set it up.
You're not. Are you real?
Yeah, hand on heart, hand on heart.
Whoa, man. Okay.
And I understand why they done it, because I was bringing pain and hurt to my daughter, my ex-wife, and
so the life you live in has also affected your family.
Yeah, in a big way, but because I was always on drink and drugs, I didn't think.
Exactly.
I just thought I was invisible. No one could touch me. I could do whatever I wanted.
How did you develop this behavior? Anyone to blame or just yourself?
No. That's one thing I will never do. You'll most probably hear people say, "Oh, I blame my ex-wife. I blame my mother, my father." Not once in my life I have ever said that, because my dad was an alcoholic. He's passed away 10 years now, and he was my rock. He was everything to me.
Give me a message. What do you gotta say that people are still blessed today?
The people
are still blessed, still have everything they dream of. What do you have to say to them?
Don't judge people. We're all human beings, and I know people look at us like druggies, alkies, things like that. But if they knew the lives of what we've walked through, it is hard, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't wish it on anyone to come on the streets and lose it. Hold what you've got, because it is hard and it's tough, and we just survive on kind-hearted people in society. Do you know what I mean?
So if you one thing if you get a chance to change, what would it be?
To start with, just to get a little room, and one day at a time, gradually build it up.
Well, I left school not being able to read and write. I'm 51 years of age. I've spent 25 years of that time in prison on long sentences due to violence, because I couldn't express myself, so I talked with my fists. In prison, I learnt myself to read and write. I couldn't read or write. Now, when I was at school, I weren't allowed in the classes. They said I was too disruptive. People's parents used to write to the headmaster refusing to send their children to the school until they expelled me, because I couldn't sit still. I was the class clown all the time. But now, if it was this day and age, they'd label me like ADHD or something like that. Back then, 30, 40 years ago, when I was at school, there was none of that. It was just, oh, you're a bad person, you're naughty, like, you know, I had to sit outside the class. They excluded me. I weren't allowed to sit in normal classes, so that made me worse.
So do you see yourself as someone for the consequences of what happened before?
Well, everyone can say yes, everyone can say no. As adults, we make our own choices.
Exactly.
But I do believe people think and believe on what they see and what they hear and how they're brought up, and that does have a moulding on you as an adult. They end up on drink and drugs, because a lot of people say to me, "Oh, do you take drugs, do you do this?" And I say no. And I say a lot of people on the street, they don't choose to be drug addicts, they don't choose to be alcoholics. It's just a part of what's become of them. Like living on the street. Like, I was very surprised. I was chatting to some young lads one night. I thought, because I've got an illness, and I always think of suicide all the time, but I don't carry it out. I talk myself out of it. And chatting to other homeless people, I was very, very surprised on how many of them said that they wish they didn't wake up in the mornings, like, you know, and they wish that they would OD on the drugs, but they said they haven't got the heart to do it on purpose. They just wish it would happen by accident. And every day's a struggle. but like here in Coventry, we've got a lot of nice, genuine people, you know. They'll take you for food, they'll buy you coffee or whatever. Only yesterday, a young girl, she bought me some socks, some wet wipes and all that, because I say
that's
use them
lovely.
for cleaning.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And all with.
So do you have any message that you can send?
I do. There's always hope. There's always help out there. It's just asking. It does take time sometimes, and it can get really frustrating, and you feel as though you're being pushed from pillar to post, but you just got to stay strong. Think of it as this is the worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
It can only get better. I know it's a cliche, everyone says it, but it's true. Things can only get better.
A message for people who are blessed to have everything.
Well, I say the people who have got everything, hold on to it and cherish it and like appreciate it, because one day that can all go. I've never been homeless. I used to have money, nice clothes, everything.
Yeah.
Designer this, designer that. And it can all be taken away in one foul swoop. Me, it's my fault. I went to prison. I've done 18 years and I come out to a different world basically. All my old friends are gone. I feel lost in my own town, and I've got depression and all that, but I'm getting help with that. But count every blessing you've got, because you could lose it. A lot of people say to me, they're only one paycheck away from being homeless themselves.
Exactly.
Like, you lose your job or whatever, your bills soon mount up. And if you've got a private landlord or whatever, they're not bothered about your circumstances, they just want the money. If you haven't got the money to pay, they'll kick you out on the street whether you've got kids or not. So be thankful for what you've got and don't waste it.